What really makes a Christmas story? Well, a Christmas story. And this is something I've been thinking about since I often come across those, or at least see the memes about the debates of whether or not such and such movie is a Christmas movie. So I figured I'd probably share some of my thoughts on it about what kind of points we can make for something being a Christmas movie, and also why it might not be by those same points, and also open it up to discussion. So if you have some thoughts you want to share as well. Anyway, on to my first point is that does the story actually take place at Christmas time? And is that a major part of it? Like, is the climax at Christmas time and we've been seeing it build up to that certain point? Or is it merely that a scene just happens to take place at Christmas time? Or maybe it's that the movie could happen at any time of the year, but it's at Christmas for whatever reason, like the snow is falling, there's decorations up, but there's actually nothing really Christmassy about that. I mean, well, Christmassy about the movie. I mean, could it really be considered a Christmas story at that point? Because really, it's probably not really about the time, at least in my opinion. So then maybe it's about the festivities. Is it trimming the tree, buying presents, doing carols? Are those things the characters are actually doing? Are those things going on in the background? Are they actually part of a story, or it is it just set dressing for the actual story taking place? And could it be that maybe just because stuff is going on in the background doesn't really mean that it's actually about Christmas at all? And maybe sometimes the festivities actually have to be a part of it to make it a Christmas story, rather than just another story that takes place at a certain time. And I think this brings up my third point, which is what are the themes present within the story? And I actually think this is the most important part to really think about, because when it comes down to it, Christmas isn't really about the time of year or the set dressing or the festivities that we do. There's probably like 3 points that people would make to really say, hey, it's Christmas. And that would be about the nativity, Jesus is the reason for the season, and those kinds of themes that are present. Or maybe it's going into Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Kris Kringle, all that kind of stuff, and doing those kind of stories. Or maybe it is about the family and friends and spending time with them and giving of ourselves to them. And I think those are probably the themes that can really set something apart as being a Christmas story. At least that's what I would think. But why not feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a discussion on what really matters to make the story a Christmas story. Anyway, I'm Jonah, and you've been watching Lions Made Media, where we celebrate stories and the lessons of them, and we want to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas.